Hello. Welcome to Country Stitchers. I'm Liz.
Hi, I'm Deb.
It is July, and we're getting a break in the heat. Yesterday was nice. It wasn't as hot, but this weekend over 4th of July was unbelievably warm.
Oh, yeah.
Which is just about every 4th of July in Pennsylvania. Now, I play back in my head, and they've been pretty warm.
This is a warm summer. It feels like August weather.
Yeah.
You know, but today's great because we're getting rain, and we really desperately needed rain.
Yes.
So
yes, the
good.
corn in our back area, the leaves curl like long, thin.
Yeah, and I'm so sick of
vines.
watering the garden and the flowers twice a day almost. It was just, that heat was awful. It just like burns everything.
It does.
So,
we actually decided this year, regardless of the heat, as long as there's no ban on watering, that we're going to water. We have a well, but we lose the yard at the back of the fence where Ivan plays, and as soon as it dries, it just comes out of the ground because we don't have much topsoil, and we just want to keep it a little longer this year. So
we're going to have to reseed that one area.
Are you?
And we didn't want to water, waste water on that. We needed it for the garden, so it's all right. We'll just have to reseed it. It was just too hot.
Yeah.
Too hot.
'Tis.
But hopefully you are having good weather where you are. Someone left us a comment, though, because we were talking about the heat.
Yes.
Oh, where was she from? Because she was, like, under the covers with her hot water bottle, and we're talking about how hot it is, and she's cold.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I'm trying to remember what country that was, but that was pretty cool.
That is neat.
Yeah.
And thank you. We enjoyed all the comments on the last Floss Friends video.
Hey, how'd you like all those commercials? My God.
And I just want to say, this video is not brought to you by the number 19.
That was awful.
That's how many ads got stuck in there, and it was a new selection I made in processing the video, and I had no idea when it said it would put an ad mid-video that it meant numerous ads, and I never looked at it, and so...
Oh my gosh, that was the funniest thing ever.
And a very big thank you to all our viewers who take the time to send a quick message or Instagram to us when you see something like that, because once we post it and I've spent the time on it and Deb and I have gotten it done, we don't often go back and watch the whole thing right away.
I didn't know until McKenna came in and said, Mom, why do you have an ad like every 4 seconds? I'm like, what?
Something weird going on.
Oh my gosh, that was funny.
So I got ready to go to bed and I looked at my texts and Deb's message said, Liz, 15 ads in the video. Question mark? And I went, what? So I came back here and got out the laptop and went to work, but I texted her back around 3:30. I said, yeah, that won't happen again on this one.
Oh my gosh, that was funny.
Thank you very much, especially if you took the time to go back and watch it after the ads were corrected and you didn't have to sit through all that. Thank you very much.
You just never know.
Yes.
Good times.
And today we're going to take a little trip and be a little merry and bright. So we'll get to that in a couple minutes. But first, we're going to visit some of the comments that you left on our videos for the last couple.
Yeah. Yes. And remember, if we miss any, sorry.
Yes.
Just, you can always re-ask. I'm sorry. We try to do our best. I wanted to let you know, when I asked you all, as part of our Country Stitchers and you, for you to choose which whip I should be concentrating on to finish, I wanted to let you know which one won. Do you want to guess? Liz doesn't know which one won. Do you want to guess which one?
No.
No?
No.
You don't want to guess?
No.
Okay, it came down. There was 2 whips that, only this one won by 1 vote.
That blew my mind.
Yeah.
That the tally was that close.
Yeah. There was a bunch of ones selected, but when it came down to 2 of them, which was Liz's Happy Boy that she loves so much, so the folk art boy, or
just get him off the screen, right?
or the Dimensions Farm scene. It came down to those 2. Dimensions Farm scene won by 1 vote. So that's the one. Thank you very much. That's the one that I will concentrate on until it's finished. So,
and based on our comments, there are a couple other people who are just getting ready to start that too.
Yeah,
so
that's
you'll
awesome.
have company.
Yep, that's wonderful. So that was good. And had a lot of comments on some of you wanting my conversions for the G Ledger, the Reflex de...
Yeah, the reproduction sampler with the pear in the corner.
Reflex de Soie, however you say that.
I don't know.
So that's a lot of information to put in the Dropbox. It's too much. So if you would like that, McKenna and I are probably going to do something on Instagram where you can post it in one of your highlights. So if you follow me on Instagram in the next day or two, check out that. We'll put it there. But if you don't have Instagram, you may email me, and I will send you what it is that I'm using. I'll just copy and paste my colors that I'm using. And that'll be good because it's just too much to put in the Dropbox. So.
Yeah, our description box has a limited number of characters.
Yeah.
Even we've had situations occur where we've done Gadget Corner and I've done a search and pulled out 2 or 3 links for Gadget Corner, and the search returns can be so long that they take up,
Yeah.
a third of our characters for the description box. So we have to just kind of pick and choose.
Would you like to, do you have a comment or a question, or would you want?
Sure. I got a bunch of them.
All right.
Actually, several of you commented on the Smalls video that I did. And Ruth, I appreciate your sharing. Ruth Cole commented. Louise Downey. I'll run down through, and there are so many of them. And I really am glad that you enjoyed it. And a lot of comments about how people are trying finishing because of the cost too. And it is expensive to send things out and have them finished, especially if it's a lot of handwork.
Yeah.
Things like project bags, pillows, things like that you use a machine on, it's pretty quick and it's not real expensive to get those things. But when you're doing a lot of independent stitching by hand, it's costly and timely. And so, yeah, that was one of the reasons I wanted to learn. But also because I like the process of finishing it. I actually changed jobs about 3/4 of the way through my career because I was in an administrative role where I really didn't feel like I did anything. I wasn't producing anything.
Yeah.
I couldn't look at something and say I'm helping with that. And I wanted to do something tangible. So I think this really satisfies that side.
Oh, yeah.
You want to see something completed.
And it is. It's really cool to say, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. I didn't think I'd be able to do that.
Yep.
That's a great feeling.
Stacy Berman also said, that she's a Smalls lover. I knew there was something about us, Stacy. And then Cheryl Adams, must be from this neck of the woods because she asked me if, when I was talking about my folks, if E-Town meant Elizabethtown. Yes, it does. That's the E-Town we're talking about.
Yep. Terry wanted to know in our last Floss Friends video, the pillow that you had on your lap and then you were stitching with.
Yes.
That was just my couch pillow.
Yes, I have that down here to say too.
That's all.
I just grabbed that from Deb. But the one that I do use in my recliner, and Deb has one also, I think it was Linda that made them for us. The pillow is about 18 inches across, and it's kind of made like a biscornu cut. It's kind of hexagonal. Yes, hexagonal. And it's probably about 8 inches thick. And that's what's on my lap when I'm normally stitching. So Deb's pillow just about filled that bill. It was a bit wider than the one that Linda made us, but it's about that same depth, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, worked out well.
That was funny. Can you explain that pillow you're stitching with? It looks perfect. Grab and go.
Yeah. You have to come stitch on my couch.
That's right.
That's funny.
I had comments from Christine about being in Fort Huachuca, Arizona. We were in Tucson at Davis-Monthan when my dad was in the military. And then Patricia asked where I was in California because she has horses and she wants to go riding up in the San Bernardino Valley, I think she said. But we were actually down in Central California, right outside of Santa Maria, just north of Santa Barbara. at Lompoc, which is Vandenberg Air Force Base. So that was base property we were able to ride on. I don't know about the rest of California coast. I don't know if you can just ride or if you have to have permission. I wouldn't, and it's been so long, I wouldn't have a clue.
I wanted to say hi to Jean Toy. She's in our guild.
Yes.
You're so sweet. But thank you so much for sending the finished copy. She finished Share the Joy of Needlework. And oh my gosh, Jean, it's beautiful.
It is.
I love it.
And thank you, Jean, for the mail you sent me.
That is awesome. Thank you so much, Jean. You're so sweet to always support us. So that was cool.
Did she say what she did this on? Did she... the size?
The fabric, you mean?
Looks small, doesn't it?
No, it's actually a good size. Look
Is
at
it?
the frame. Yeah. See?
Okay.
That's nice. Yeah. Very, very pretty.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it is pretty. It looks nice. All right. Do you have any more that you
Sure.
want to... Now I lost my spot.
I wanted to say hi to Bernadette. She was talking about us having heat, and she's in Ireland. And she said it was not the same temperature over there, but she was thinking about us, and I appreciate that.
Aw.
Let's see.
In our last Floss Friends video, Denise, she wanted to know, there was that round thing hanging on the wall behind me, and she said from a distance it looked like a floss sorter on a piece of burlap. That was funny. It's just a decor piece. It is actually a plate, a serving plate that you can use in the kitchen, and it has these cutouts around it that you can, I weave ribbon in the cutout, and then I mounted it on a larger rattan round serving tray, and then I put, you know, the, I forget what the company's name was, but you can order this, like the rub-on not rub-on, but like a transfer, what's that fabric that it's called that it's made out of? Like a vinyl almost, that people used to put like words on their walls and, you know, all kinds of things. That's what I did then. I put the words up there on that. I think it says Gather maybe or something.
The company that I'm familiar with is called Wally's.
No, it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't that one. But that's what it is. Yeah, it says Gather.
Okay.
But it does look like a really giant floss sorter. I never even pictured that until you said it. That was funny.
I had a comment from Denise. She's down in Florida. She said her son, I think, is there. But she said the Carvana is real.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I guess she saw it or saw a picture of it. Anyway.
Oh, she's not the one that bought? I did see somebody leave a comment, said that they actually used that.
Did they?
And it worked out well. They had a good...
Incredible.
Good experience with it.
BJ Bullock asked me about the candle wrap. And sit tight, because that's part of what we're going to talk about today. I have some updates on that, and we'll let you have all that information again. That was Terry. I had just ran across her comment that was asking about the pillow on your couch. That was funny. Let's see. Oh, Betsy asked me if I had any other videos that I had done quilting or tutorials, because she'd seen
thought
me
you
somewhere.
looked familiar.
Yeah. No. The only thing I can think of is,
Maybe
as a
she
military
lived
brat,
where
it's
you
possible.
lived. Yeah.
It's possible we ran across each other. It wouldn't surprise me, the small world experiences that I've had.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but I guarantee you I didn't do any tutorials or quilting videos.
I lived in one house until I got married. That was it. I mean,
Wow.
It's such a different experience,
Yes.
you know, that you had.
Yes. In fact, when Rick and I got married, we were at a retreat, pastoral retreat, and they asked, one of the things they were giving away were coupons for Turkey Hill ice cream, which is a local dairy here. And they said, we're going to give away these coupons to the people who have lived in the most number of homes.
Was it you?
It was. I had already lived, I was I had just turned 41 and I had lived in 48 different
Oh
homes.
my gosh.
Yeah, that's a lot of moving around. And that's like in some places we would move there, end up one place waiting to get an apartment or waiting to buy a house. And so it would be like house hopping, but they all counted because we moved in and we moved out. And it was like, oh, yeah. So, yep. My parents were 65 homes in 60 years of marriage.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Mom was tired of that. I remember when Dad retired, she said, "Edward, we're done now. I'm not packing anymore." And then they moved to Arizona. That was funny.
Anything else?
We had a person who's local in the area, Debbie. She was saying that she thought it'd be fun if we could get together at the local cafe and visit and stitch and have some coffee. Deb and I have been talking about that for months now, ever since the pandemic started, about how we could get together with some viewers and just have some stitch time. And we were thinking of Panera Bread or a coffee shop, like Debbie said, but we're going to have to wait, I think, until we're not in masks.
Yeah.
It'll just be much more enjoyable. And I think the people who have the establishments would feel more comfortable with us being there for a long period of time.
Yeah,
If we're,
so it's in the future, definitely.
Yes, but we are it's on our priority list. Speaking of which, so are all the other needlework events that we can find that aren't going on right now that we can put off and transfer from one list to the other.
Yeah.
We just made the decision, and I'll say hi to Willa while we're talking,
Willa.
and to the rest of our posse. But we just made the decision that we're not going to go to Houston in August. Yes, because we wanted to meet the other members of the guild. And,
darn it.
Yeah, the Willow Tree Sampler Guild. And so we are not saying never. We're just postponing it until the next retreat that you set up. So
Yep.
we have bells on.
Lots to look forward
waiting.
to, that's for sure.
Yes. And I want to thank everybody who was watching. We did mention our Floss Friends video, but Busy B65 commented specifically that she was working on her piece spring delivery by with thy needle and thread, and she wanted to say that was fun because she finished it while she was watching our video with us.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we had fun too. And
Good.
just a general hello to all of our viewers and subscribers, and we really appreciate your comments. And we try either to we read them all. We try either to give some reply if it's asked, or at least mention it on the video. So hang with us. We're trying to keep up.
Linda, she had a question. She wanted to know the difference between Quakers and samplers and what do they mean. So we're not exactly sure. I think maybe you're asking two questions there. I don't know if it's what's a Quaker sampler or what's Quaker and what's a sampler. So Liz just purchased something that I think is really cool. That'll at least give you an idea of what Quaker looks like.
Yes, and there's these emblems that you see on the front of this by Needlework Press. This just came out. Are Quaker emblems, and I'm going to turn this around because I want you to see the border around the outside. Those are also Quaker in nature. You'll hear two words used in description of these motifs: Ackworth, Ackworth, and Quaker. Ackworth, I believe, orient themselves to having an edge like this and having half of the motif. And then Quaker, you'll see the entire emblem. So it was funny because I saw this and it connected to something that I've been working on. It's a stitching kit. It was done by, oops, that jumped off. The Stitching Parlor.
I need a bigger table.
They did this pattern a long time ago. I bought this at Salty Yarns. I just thought it was really neat. And so I've been looking at different designs because I didn't want to do the treasures design on the top. Well, when I saw this Hinzite pattern, I really liked it. And I thought, that's what I'm looking for. Something that just shows stitching and screams stitching. So I sized that to fit my box. And these were from, I believe, Michael's. They were around, I don't know, $6 or so. And the drawer will hold the scissors. So it's really nice. And I've just about finished this. I've been holding off just because I've been looking for the inside design.
That's so cool.
But that's the top of it. I'm going to finish the little triangular border at the top and bottom. And then I'm going to use these motifs. Originally, I was trying to pull some Quaker or primitive looking motifs from other patterns. This was one I was looking at. And I wasn't completely sold on it. So that's why I'm delighted now, because I can use these designs and I can complete the little pin cushion and then the little drawer for the scissors using some of those Quaker designs inside.
Yeah, it's really
so
pretty.
So that's what we're going to do. And that's the long way around saying samplers are anything that have different examples, usually alphabets, different types of alphabets, uppercase, lowercase, numbers. Sometimes they're stitching samplers and they'll have different types of stitches.
Mm-hmm.
Deb's doing the one right now that you're working on from...
Oh, the learning stitches.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I thought Ackworth was a school.
Ackworth was the name of the school, but it was their specific design of motifs that you'll see have no edge on them. They're mounted to the side like this. Huh. That's an Ackworth style. That's how you can tell what school it comes from. You know how people will say, you know, the red samplers that all come from that one school? Yeah. Well, each school had its own little take on things. Yeah. Ackworth, that was their take on it.
I didn't know it was a style. I thought it was just the school.
Yeah, it's a school, and then they had their style.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. Very cool. All right, so I think that's it for comments and questions for today.
Okay, I'm done.
We'd be finished. All right.
What do you got new in the craft room?
Oh, our shopping? All right.
Deb goes, oh, is that where we are?
We're up to shopping?
We are at new in the craft room.
All right. So Liz and I were able to take a day and go to Stitches Unlimited.
We did.
The other day, which was really cool because Pat's allowing you to go there by appointment, which is fun because you get the whole place to yourself.
It's like a private showing.
It is. It's awesome. Yeah, that was fun. So we did, of course, you know, have to purchase a few things.
It was retail therapy for me.
Yeah.
It was funny because I was talking to my son and I sent him a text saying that Deb and I were going out for the day, and it's the first time in ages that we've spent the day out running some errands and going to appointments. And he texted back, he said, did you say that because you want some spending money, or you're going to the needlework shop, or... And I said, oh, wow. Hadn't thought about it, but that's a good idea. He said, okay, but there's a caveat. What I send you is birthday money. I said, awesome.
I forgot to say, remember when Liz was talking about, or we had a comment of someone wanted a good idea, an example of a 25th wedding anniversary sampler to stitch, and Liz was saying that I had one at home. Well, it wasn't the one she was thinking of, but I do have one.
No, that is the one.
You didn't say long dog. You were saying it was something
else. I know,
else.
but that's the one I pulled out.
Okay.
That's the one I meant.
But I was looking for what you said.
Yeah,
and I'm
I said Rosewood Manor was what I said.
Or something. And I'm like, I don't have one of those.
Yep.
Anyway, the one that I have is Long Dog Sampler, and it's called The Love of Two Hearts. And this is it.
Remember, because I specifically said it had the hearts thing in it? And that's the one.
Yeah, because I texted her. I'm like, I don't have what you said, but I have this one. And so this is a really pretty one. I think it's really funky and cool. I love these little birds here that are like checkered. That's really cool. So it does have some pinks and purples in it, which I did pull the colors for it, but I'll be flipping that around. So anyway, that's really a neat sampler though. I like that one. That's pretty. All right. So, do you want to show what you got too?
Yeah.
Should we go back and forth? Or
Fine
you
by
want to
me.
show your goodies first? Some of this stuff is the same.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here.
I had been looking at this pattern I had at home by Hands On Design called Winter Whites. The blue and the yellow are what attract me in this because of my kitchen and my colors. So my thought was I would do this, but I would accentuate the colors that I like, and I think I'm going to redesign the way the colors applied here, and the blue is going to be a little more prominent. But this Country French, what was that called, that fabric? It's hazelnut, Country French hazelnut, I think it was called, is not a color that would go well with that scheme in my kitchen. So I was looking for fabric, and I picked up a piece of Legacy to use. This is the color palette for the design. So I'll be doing it on this fabric instead. And I think it'll be really cute sitting out on my hutch when I finish it. So that was one thing I picked up.
What count is that?
That's 32 count.
Okay. Gotcha. Oh, I picked up the Plum Street Sampler, A New Constellation. I don't know when I'm going to start it, but I had told you that was one of my favorites. Teresa Kogut also has a beautiful one out. A really nice Americana one that I like a lot. So the fabric that I chose for that is 36 count. Where'd it go? Ancient. And it has some of that modeling in it with the blue, and the blue that I choose then to use for the stitching, it'll look really cool on that. So that's what I chose for that. Then I got, oh, and I did get a few fabric threads, or a few threads to go with the chart. Then this one, it's called Chicken Feed Sack, and it's Carriage House Samplings. That's adorable. Got that one, and this one is so pretty. It's called Garden Fair, Courtney Collection. And you can do it in whatever color you'd like, but I just thought that was really pretty. And I love this. It's with the needle too. It's Lila's Studio. This is so darn pretty.
Did we see that on FlossTube or Instagram?
I saw this on, I don't know where, well, I mean, I showed it to you, but I had seen it on, oh shoot. I saw it on FlossTube. I'm trying to remember who it was now.
I think we were both watching at the same time, or else you brought it up, because I remember seeing it on FlossTube too. Maybe we ended up on the same video. But I remember when you showed it to me, we were
Isn't
both
that beautiful?
going, what was the name of that? What was the name of that?
Yeah, I know I had told you about it because I had ordered it way before you had seen it.
What's the size? What's that come out
Shoot,
to?
who did I see? Caroline, Off the Grid. That's who it is. That's who it is. Because she had this as a giveaway, and I tried to win it and didn't win it. So then I had to order it. So
Can't wait more than an hour.
I tried to win first. Oh, there's another picture down there. So this is with the needle 2. Mm-hmm. Obviously, there's a with the needle 1.
Right.
Is that it? That's cute too. That's pretty. There's a lot of colors. 426 by 186.
It says With the Needle was released in 2012.
So that's
this
it.
one.
Yeah, that's cute. That's cute too. I really like this one though. And look, there's already a hank right there. So, good news. That makes a good sampler. That's, other than fabric, for one other thing that Liz and I are going to show you.
All steers front and center.
That's right.
I did pick up some needles. I got some more size 26 petites.
Those are some of your favorites, right?
The needles?
Yeah, because
Yes.
somebody was asking our favorite needles.
I use the petites 26 and 28, and I use the number 10 ballpoint beading needles by John James. these are not to be confused with the Sullivan's Easy Glide ballpoint needles.
Oh,
They're
sorry.
very different, extremely different needles. These are for beading, but they're incredible on 40 count or 36 count stitching. If you need something thin, they're great.
Yeah, I do love those. I break them though easily.
Yes, I can't use them to pull out. They'll snap on me.
I break them constantly.
Do
I
you
don't know
just
what
by
it is.
stitching?
Oh yeah. Yep.
They break in the middle?
Nope, they break right at the bottom of the eye. Every single time, same place.
Huh.
Yep.
Isn't that funny?
Yep.
I've never had them break there.
Yep.
Then I showed you the palette for the hands-on design, and I bought the legacy for it. But what I'm going to do is also use the same palette for the Eric Michaels Strawberry. That's the PDF Stay Home and Stitch. It's on her website, and I like it. Now she did this one on fabric, not gauze. So I'm looking at these. Whoops.
Uh-oh, is that important?
I was looking at these.
Okay.
I just had two different pieces of fabric. This is a 40 count Newcastle. And this is called Alchemy. It's by Picture This Plus, and it's also 40 count. What do you think? If you're going to do that strawberry, it's just a strawberry. It's going to hang on my tree in the kitchen, so it's not going to be super huge. Did I write the dimensions down? Excuse me. Pulling the threads away from her now. I asked her what she thought.
I like these colors with this,
It's
but not this blue.
3.1 by 1.8, so it's a
Ah,
very
tiny.
small strawberry.
Yeah, teeny tiny. I love these with that, but not this with that.
Okay,
But
so
if you
different
change-
blue.
If you change this blue,
Yep.
then that's really sharp.
Okay.
Or you can use this, but then you have to change this white.
Yep. So, would you go a deeper blue, like
Just not this, not that color blue.
Yep. Okay. All right.
You want one that has. Well, I mean, we can look then if you want to.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's really pretty though, and that would look good in your kitchen. Is that where? Yeah, that's pretty.
And I was thinking that deep French blue, that darker blue, might be pretty on there. Maybe I should change that for the pin cushion as well if I'm going to put them both in the kitchen. What do you think? Change the blue on that one too.
Well, you don't have to because that blue would be pretty on that other fabric that you chose.
So it's not the blue per se, it's the fabric
It's
tone.
the combo.
Okay. All right. I wasn't sure whether that was also
I mean, it's a
part of
pretty
it.
blue.
Yeah, I do like
It's just
it.
not with that fabric though.
It was her blue on the original
What's the name
Blue
of it?
Coat Blue.
Okay.
Yeah. You know though?
I have red coat red on something right now.
Yeah. I'm thinking, yeah. I have a silk that I really
That might
like
be
that
it.
I was using for the Birds of a Feather sampler, remember? I have that deep blue. I'll show you them.
Okay.
Goes
Alrighty.
back a few projects. And then I just picked up a couple of extra skeins of floss because I know I'm going to use those up into something, and I didn't want to completely eliminate them from my stash. So we're refilling the stash. And I've been looking for that velveteen fabric. I can't find it. I actually tried to order it twice during the pandemic now, and it's never arrived, ever come, ever been billed to me. So I don't know what's happening to fabric. I assume like everything else, you know, it's slow in process. And this piece of mushroom by Lady Dot
That's pretty.
was at Stitches Unlimited, and I thought now that would be nice to have on hand.
Oh yeah.
Top of a drum, back of a pillow,
How
whatever
big is
I
that
need
piece?
it for. I think it's a fat 1/8, so it's 18 by 10.
Okay. It's a pretty color.
Yep. So that's, I'm happy to have that.
Yeah. Cool.
Then I did pick up, I was at Dollar Tree before the 4th of July weekend, and I was saying that on the Ornaments Magazine, there were some small ornaments I wish I could find the little 2x3 frames for.
Oh.
And Sudbury didn't have them on their website anymore, and I only had one in my curio cabinet. They had a box.
Good old Dollar
of
Tree.
2x3
Yeah.
little tiny wooden frames. So I picked up a
Yeah.
black one and a white one.
Cool.
So they're there. I couldn't believe it. I just laughed out loud.
Now, how much was that?
Oh. I think it was $1 each. And then also, it even has the little
Don't you love that
beading
Dollar
on the
Tree
inside
commercial?
of the frame.
Everything's $1. And he keeps walking up. Oh, but how much is this?
Yeah.
$1. But this one, $1. Oh my gosh.
And then lastly, finally arriving in the mail, I had mentioned, I did have something coming, and it should be here anytime, and I'm disappointed it's not here today because I'm so excited. But I'm finishing the bird cage, and I have everything cut out to finish it and put it together. So that'll be an evening to do that. But I didn't have the needle slide that went with it. So now we have the guts for the sewing kit. And I picked that up at Silver Needle. They had those in stock. So.
Oh, okay.
And they come pink, purple, or blue background, I think, or maybe it's green. But anyway, there's like different backgrounds, so I picked out the purple. Yeah, it's just one of those little. There's a space in that needle kit for that, and if it's empty, I don't know what I'll do. So I had to get it.
That was a necessity.
That's right.
We have one more purchase.
We do, and this is gonna start our Merry and Bright section off here. This
Hallmark is playing Christmas movies.
Yes. This is adorable. It's also by Kathy Barrett, Carriage House Samplings. It is the Reindeer Bag. Isn't that adorable?
Love it.
Reindeer feed sack. Put on the old feed sack.
Yep.
So, I got the tin roof. I guess it's all called Graziano. I'm not sure, but
okay.
It's the gingham. Yep. And we're going to both stitch this guy. I don't know that I'm going to stitch the sheep pattern, but I picked out...
The chicken, you mean?
Did you get the chicken? The sheep one we didn't get yet, did we? That's still back there. Remember there's a sheep? This guy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because... Kathy, I need a cow. We need a cow.
Yeah. So if you got time.
Yeah. When you're not doing anything, Let's have a cow feed sack. So you chose your colors.
I did.
I have the same fabric, but I chose different colors. I think we have different reds.
I got Schoolhouse Red.
And I have Ruby Slipper.
Did you?
Yes. There's no place like home.
And then I got Shaker White for my white. That's my favorite.
What white did Deb get? Anybody know? Anybody? You don't even know, do you?
Well, I'm thinking
oh my gosh!
You used khaki mocha for all your snow. The light khaki you borrowed from me 2 skeins of it when you did the snow on your hometown.
Nope, grits.
Okay.
Always.
No. God's is my true. Well, here you might have it, but that other one, you borrowed my khaki mocha.
Not on my hometown, I didn't. Not on either one. I used grits.
My eyebrows up. You know what that means. Nope.
Don't know what to tell you there, Lizzie. But okay. Yes, I got Ruby Slipper and my grits.
What did you use my khaki mocha for on that? I thought you used it on the snow.
No, I didn't.
So, she got grits.
I will look.
And mine is Shaker White. I think I said that.
That you heard was for our subscriber tributes. We want to say thank you so much to everybody who takes a moment to hit that subscribe button, and we'd love to share some patterns with you. When we did our last Floss Friends video, we mentioned some of our winners, but because it was a Floss Friends video, not everyone watches those. I wanted to announce the one person we didn't hear from yet. So that's Lee Maza, and you will be receiving the Little House Needleworks, the family sampler. So Lee, if you're watching this video, go ahead and get a hold of me. In the Dropbox is my email address. All right, so that was from last time. And then we chose 3 subscribers for this video.
Yes.
Beth Knight, you'll be receiving Little House Needleworks. It's called an Old Fashioned Girls Sampler. That's that one. Very cute. Okay, so Beth Knight. And then Susan Height, you'll be receiving Drawn Thread, and it's the Little Birds Sampler. Perfect for this time of year. Cool summer stitching. Put that back there, it's pretty. All right, right.
And that photo is like a lot of photos. The colors and the palette, the back is a better picture than the front.
It's really pretty.
The bird colors are just really vivid.
And our last subscriber, these are your YouTube names. So you're called Unstitched. And you'll be receiving Dear Daughter. It's a blackbird design. All right. So thank you very much for subscribing. We really appreciate it.
Yes.
There you are.
And we are very close to 10,000 subscribers.
Oh, yeah. So we should share that again, huh?
Yes.
All
and
right.
we have something special to share with someone when we do a giveaway for our 10,000 subscriber.
Yes. You'll be receiving an entire kit. It is from Noteworthy Needle, and it's called Park It Here Beach Party Set. Say that 5 times. And it's all the pieces, the chair, the bag, everything you'll be receiving. The threads, the fabric, to make this adorable set.
And the finishing instructions are there because this was a class we took at Salty Yarns. So everything is in there.
And Liz made you a matching fob then. And there's a pair of scissors that goes with your beautiful set.
So we're ready to kick off summer and get this into somebody's hands.
Yeah. All right. Put that all back together there. Yep, so all the goodies are all packaged up in there for you. All right, so that'll be the 10,000 giveaway.
Yes.
All right.
And it might even have a Share the Joy of Needlework needle minder with it. You never know, right?
You never know.
You never know.
Never know. What else you got going on?
What do I have going on?
Anything going on?
I do. I want to show some things from Christmas time. We also have something going on right now in our little Merry and Bright section. We're going to be working. I know I'm going to work on this pattern starting maybe tonight to kick off our Christmas stitching in the middle of the year because
cool.
I am just, well, you'll see when we do finishes and stuff that I'm like, I'm thinking about Christmas. I am.
Well, turn on the Hallmark channel because that'll get you in the mood then.
Oh, no, actually, you're going to see more of it on my what I'm working on thing.
I don't remember borrowing the color you said, but whitewash is a color I've borrowed from you.
Yep.
I'll show it to you. I have used in this.
I'll show it to you. It was one time because I even drove it over and left it on your front porch. You were right at the end of finishing it, and you were down to that stain.
In these patterns, when I did the phase 1 and phase 2, I've only used whitewash and, of course, grits. But those are the only 2 whites I've used in both of my hometown holiday series.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know about that other one. I'm not sure. I don't know. Look at that mess. Isn't that pretty? Woo.
And what's that
All
from?
right. This is the other threads for my hometown holiday series. Yeah, this
you
is
got
everything
them on there.
else. Yeah. Yeah, I just keep it on the cards.
We, on Friday, kicked off a stitch along.
Liz with long hair.
Yes, I'm getting them woven in.
Nice.
That's what we're doing this afternoon. We're weaving floss into the back.
We're giving you extensions.
Yes, floss extensions. Oh my gosh, wouldn't that be funny? Go to a retreat with floss extensions. You're going to have to teach me how to put them in your hair now, Deb.
Oh, we're doing you. You volunteered for that one.
But I have such short hair. Well, I guess you wouldn't put extensions on long hair, would you? So, we are participating in the Mistletoe Lane Fat Quarter Shop Stitch Along for the month of July, and it started on Friday. I didn't get started on mine until last evening. I had a very busy weekend, and I actually had a puppy staying with me for since Saturday till yesterday, so that was busy. Ollie was here. So we're working on it, and I can't show you the pattern, but I could show you that it's the same as the banner on their Mistletoe Lane threads packet. So it looks like this, and inside it says Merry Christmas. And this is funny because on the Feels Like Home, Deb was stitching over one.
And you stitched over 2.
And I stitched over 2, and now we're doing this one, and I stitched over 1.
And I stitched over 2.
And I'm doing mine with 2 strands in tent stitch on this banner. I'm not sure I'll do that throughout. I will do it over 1 throughout, but I'm doing just the tent stitch on this one.
And I started the other night, and I'm doing the same. I'm doing 10 stitch on the banner with 2 strands.
Are you really?
And these are the colors. Now, they do have 2 pinks also.
Yes.
But I took out the pinks. Here's Liz's palette, which is the same. It's just she has her pinks in here. So I took out the 2 pinks. And then that's as far as I got. This is on that Country Mocha. Mm-hmm. I decided to change the fabric also. And
So
you're
is that
doing it on
32 count?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think it's something like that.
Okay.
It was an extra piece, and I had nothing. I'm just trying to use up some of my fabric.
Yep. And
But
mine's
this-
on the Lugana Overcast, it's called.
Yeah, yeah. And this is a mystery
from-
one, just like the Feels Like Home. So you would
Yes.
get a hold of Fat Quarter Shop, and then every Friday, then you would get the next. I think there's a total of 5
Yep. And
segments in it, just like the Feels Like Home.
And it's
one.
PDF, and each one of them comes labeled with the week on it for when it's released.
Yeah.
So it comes in your email, and it's a lot of fun. This can be fun to have something like that to work on throughout the month of July too. But I got in the Christmas mood, I have to say. So what do you want to see first? You want to see the couple things that I might pick up and work on, or the
Couple.
patterns that I want to think about?
Work on.
Work on. All right.
I want you to work on him.
Yeah, me too. Remember, I thought this was going to go on that full coverage, and I bought that full coverage fabric, Magic Guide fabric from...
Yes.
But then it turned out that wasn't the case, so,
Yes.
so I'm redoing it. But Deb got me this Jim Shore kit with the Santa and the 12 Days of Christmas in
Because you
his
have
skirt.
him.
Don't
you?
I do not have him.
I thought you had him.
No,
Because Liz has some Jim Shore pieces,
I do.
and you don't have him.
No, I have a white Santa that's a woodland Santa,
Oh.
but I don't have this guy.
Oh.
And so he's from Design Works, and the colors are exactly what the picture looks like.
Oh, so pretty.
But here's where I goofed up. I was looking at this thinking that this was almost 100% stitched, full coverage. So I was going to use Easy Guide fabric and do the full coverage, just like a Heaven and Earth design. And then I started looking at it and realized, no, that's not the case. The white is white, and the blue is stitched over the white. The gold is stitched over the white. So it's a white background.
Nice.
So I pulled out this piece of
yeah.
Lugana I have that's 13 by 18.
Pretty.
And I'm going to stitch it on just this white
That'll
Lugana.
look really pretty.
Yeah, and I'll do it over 2, so it'll have a good... I want to be able to get the detail on all these little guys in the 12 Days of Christmas, so I think it'll be
Yes.
nice over 2.
Do you have to go ahead and sort? Or you did all the sorting, or
Yeah.
not yet?
I sorted out... I sorted out the colored section, and then this is just all of the gold and blue for
got
the
ya.
background, so
Okay.
that won't be too hard.
Wow.
But yeah, I made up a card for it. And by the way, this is something really basic, but they give you the numbers and the names of colors, and then they give you the symbol for your chart. When I do a card, I just put the symbol on there because I don't care what the number is while I'm stitching it, as long as I know I'm matching the symbol to it. So I just put the symbol on my cards. And if I need to know the number because I run out, I can always go back and look at the pattern.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and I do the same with
Just
my
don't let
thread
anybody
drops.
change the symbols on you.
Yes.
Do it in pen.
And then I use the same system on my thread drops as well, so I don't have to mess around with that. This guy is a fun one, and I really like this. I'm going to put some time on this one. This is from a magazine that no longer is printed, but it's Cross Stitch and Needlework. The issue was January 2015. You've seen this before because I actually bought the fabric for it last winter. And I love these colors on this Aqua Mist fabric. It is so pretty. And this is the largest of the Biscornus, this one here. I think this is the big one. And then they get an inch smaller all the way down to where there's 5 of them. And maybe I didn't show you that part yet. That's what it actually looks like. It's called a Biscornu tree. And it is so different. I think it just really caught my attention because it was very different. And I love blue. So
yep.
That was fun. And that one I stitch on my Hardwick Manor frame, my small one. That one's
okay.
just perfect for those little Biscornus. This I had to laugh at. I was telling Deb, this was comical. This was a Saturday Stitcher from the Guild in Illinois. We did this Mill Hill beaded kit. And it's very straightforward. Happy holidays. I started doing it, and that day that we were doing it, I did all this on the Saturday we were at the Guild meeting, at the gathering. But as I was working on it, I was thinking, why does mine not look as crisp as everyone else's? And then I realized the holes on my paper are not completely die cut. So there's half of a chad in there sitting in a lot of the holes down here, and it looks very cloudy and not crisp. So when I realized that, I sent a note off to Mill Hill, and they said they didn't quite understand what I meant, so I sent a photo. But if you hold that the right way, you can see all those uncut ones versus how crisp this looks when they're all cut.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that unbelievable? So they did send me another piece. So here's my dilemma. I have so much of it done.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, oh, I don't really want to start over again. But by the same token, I don't like the cloudy look that it has in the middle. I don't know if I mount it on something if it would show, but
I don't know. It's not bad, but yeah, I see. There's a bunch of them up there.
yeah. And then down in this area, there's
Yeah.
in the berry area. So anyway, this is another one that's been sitting around in the bin. This is one that I pull out and put on my big frame when I'm in the mood. I'm doing it in flower thread. It's a Quaker Christmas. And here you'll see a good example of motifs that are whole in the middle as well as on the border there. And a real variety of Quaker motifs. And so this would be considered a sampler with all the different motifs.
And that was Bygone Stitches.
Yes. And that's where I am on it right now. And I
That's so
really
pretty.
like the flower thread effect. So it's got just 3 colors in it. It's got a gold, a deep forest green, and I would call that sort of a, I don't know, light plum, burgundy.
Yeah.
Mauve. Those are the 3 shades. And I actually was able to track down enough of each of these flower threads, even though DMC discontinued them, to do the whole thing. So that's what had me excited about it. It's like I actually can do it. I don't know what I'll do when I get to the, there's another one, a second one.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, what will I do when I get there? For the, probably won't do it on flower thread. I might do it with something else. And then there's this little guy. I have in mind where this will go when I'm done with it. It's got my grandchildren's residence written all over it.
Oh.
But it's a Lizzie Kate series. Is that the rules one?
Reindeer, oh no, Merry Christmas
Just
by the letter.
By the letter, okay. There's another one that has Christmas rules on it too. That Deb and I have the series too.
Yeah.
That I got. And this is on the halfway point. This next, I think the H has to be done, and then that's halfway, and then I just have the other 2 pamphlets to do. It goes so quickly. The Lizzie Keat designs go quick. They're not really hard to count or even hard to stitch, so I just need to get it on a...
There's only 4 of them? Or 5? Yeah, only 4? Oh.
Yeah. See, that's why they put the letters at the top. RIST. and
Oh.
M-A-S. There's the last one.
Oh, there's 2 in each one.
Uh-huh.
Yep. So that's what I'm going. How's there only 4?
See, there's the one in the middle and the one down here. So
Gotcha.
yep.
Okay.
That's not the way the math works, is it, Deb?
Well, I didn't see that there was 2. I'm
Yep.
going, wait a second here.
Now, on the Halloween one I have, I'll show you it another time. That one has like 8 pamphlets to it, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, each one has one on it.
Yeah, which this does now too, but I'm just holding 4 of these going, how is that working?
Yep.
M-E.
This,
Oh, there's of it all finished. The picture of it completely finished. So cool.
and you can get the border online.
Oh, really?
And put it in a long run like that, or you
Okay.
can do each one of them individually and put them up as a
That's
little
cool.
picture or an ornament on your tree.
Oh.
This is by Twisted Oak Designs. You've seen my chicken cocoa vin that I'm doing that's Quaker, and I'm using a variegated silk on that one. This is the Christmas one, and what I like about it is you can do the tray and the chicken, or this is a really pretty sampler when it's laid out this way as well. And I do have the threads from Dinky Dyes to stitch it with their green and pink. And I have the beads.
Oh, yeah.
So basically the whole shebang to do it. And then this is the fabric. It's you ready? Vintage Antique Green.
Ah,
There's that one we always got confused with our Valor.
yeah.
This is a really pretty color. So that's what it would get stitched on.
Cool.
That'd be that instant. This, when I first showed this, oh gosh, I forget if it was the first time we did a Christmas one or if it was just when we were going through stuff we had. It got a lot of interest from the ladies in my text group from our round robin too.
Yeah.
They liked it. I did pull some patterns, and I'll kind of decide as we're going here which ones I think you might like to look at. The mice, there was some interest in my mice in the last couple of videos, and I'll just show you the ones I have that are Christmas related. I have not stitched yet. That's Mr. Chillingsworth. These are all just Nan designs, and that's the cube that he sits on. And then this is Mrs. Santa, and then Santa. Just when you think she can't come up with another idea
Yeah.
for one of these mice. And then that's the reindeer mouse. I really like him. And this is Sugarplum Fairy.
That's cute too.
You just got me this one, didn't you?
Yep.
And she was new this year, right? I think you got her for me for Christmas.
Was she new?
No, you got me Queen of the Needle.
Yeah, that.
Queen of the Needle.
Yeah.
I'm not
But-
sure when she came out, but she's recent. I'm pretty sure she is.
Yeah, I don't know if I got you that one also or not because I like that she's in that stocking right there. That's cool.
Yeah. I don't have the stocking pattern yet, I don't think. And then this is Gingerbread Jingle. I've had this one for a little while. And this is the Angel Mouse. And the cube for the Angel Mouse. And then this is a little different. It's a needle slide, and it's a little nutcracker, and you just make the pocket that holds it. So.
Oh, let me see that one.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it cute?
Yeah.
This one I bought when we had a needlework shop in Lidditz, a cross-stitch store called Cross Stitch Cottage. Look, specifically, it's by Fancy That. At the top center design there, the little tree with the gingerbread men in the cookie cutters. And that's what I'm going to do. I bought a dozen of the little cookie cutters. I got these at the shop when the pattern first came out. So that's all the bigger it is, and you do it. They did theirs on an Ada. I think it was 18 count. And all your stitching is the scarf and the face. I mean, it's really straightforward, but I may end up using a linen instead of the Ada. If I don't still have the khaki Ada, I'll have to check.
Okay.
At one point I did have it. these are these will take you back. But 2 patterns by Mary Beale. I have 5 of these, I think. And these are the 2 I picked out. If I was going to stitch a stocking right now, it would either be this one called Stocking Number 7 by Mary Beale. I love the design style with the bands. And then it's got the scripture for that part of the Christmas story, and then a picture to support it. And then this one is all text and scripture, and it's, again, band sampler, just like the other ones that she did. And I think there's 8 in this series, if I'm not mistaken, a total of 8. And she no longer designs anymore, and I have several of her patterns. I really like her designs. This is Yuletide Shanty by Plum Street Sampler. I have everything to do this guy, and I'm looking forward to doing that drum. And the side of it is very New England. It's got the big, huge whale.
Oh, I like that part.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah. That just alone
I know.
is awesome.
I know.
Yeah.
I really like it. Then the 2019 Ornaments Magazine, I couldn't remember. Did I show those little gingerbread guys?
Yes.
Did I?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. There were a couple patterns in this magazine.
Cute.
And if I've done it recently, this is another one. I like the stockings were hung pattern down here, the little pillow. But this one, it was funny. This had come, last August, and I had not picked it up until like a few months ago. It was down in my magazine bin.
Aww.
So that took a while to realize there were some in there I wanted to look at. This one my granddaughter really likes. She likes dinosaurs. Kelsey's 12, and this is, she actually saw this and she goes, Mom, I like that. So that's out. I think it's really cute. That is by, it's called Deck the Dragon, and the designer is Louise Bremer. Cool. Remember when I found these?
Yes, these are cute.
These are cute little pillow ornaments for your tree. I'm not going to pull them all out, but this is just an example of one of them. They're PDF.
One on the back is cute too.
Yeah. And this is by Kringle. This is called Pringles Cookies was the first one. They're by Sugar Stitches. And that back one is called Little Miss Merry Christmas. You and I both liked her. She reminded me of that other ornament I have with the Raggedy Ann and Andy doll, yeah, by Little House. And this one, yeah, you have to live in Maine to like this one, I guess. But
I like it.
I just think it's adorable. It's called Christmas Moose. And that is by Designs by Lisa. Cross Stitch Designs by Lisa.com. It says
I remember
at the
when you were
bottom.
going to do this.
Yes. And, I still have not decided, do I want to lay them all out? Or do I want to do them... There's 8 total. There's only 4 in this, but I have the other ones from the subsequent magazines.
Okay.
This is Shepherd's Bush. They have put one of these ornaments in each of the Cross Stitch magazines, the Just Cross Stitch Ornament Collection. And then they put this pamphlet out. And I got this while we were at Silver Needle. So this was probably 10 years after this started. They were in my earlier magazines. And they're really pretty little ornaments. And so I think there's a total of 8 if you take these 4 that are on the pamphlet plus another 4 that came out in subsequent magazines. So that's been sitting around. I like this little finished pillow look.
I like them all as ornaments like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I bought all of those.
I remember.
So I have all the little pewter or sterling. I forget whether they're sterling silver or pewter. What would you call them? Embellishments.
Yeah.
Charms.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking for. They go on them too when we were there. This will take you back. This is by Thea Duke, and it's a combination of hardhanger, but I have the kit, I have the silks, I have the threads, and I really do want to do this. This was left in my mom's stash. And it's our Christmas colors, Mom's and mine. We like the muted colors. So I think it would be neat to do it. And it's not that big.
No, it's not.
But if you've ever done a Victoria Sampler piece, you know that they're detailed, but her instructions are perfect to a T and very easy to follow.
I love this one.
Mine too. That's why it's on the bottom of the pile. I wanted to save this till last. This is a Christmas Quaker bell pull, and I have not shopped for it. It's done in DMC on this picture, and it's just gorgeous.
Love that.
And it's by Windenberg, however you pronounce it. And I have 2 or 3 of his Quaker samplers that I bought at a shop that closed out in Arizona. 2 years after I went?
Is that where Woodland?
It was at
The Woodland Quaker one came from. That
Yes.
shop. Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yep.
That's so pretty.
Weinberg, that's the name of the designer. And I got Autumn Quaker Forest there. I got a butterfly sampler from them, and this one. And I think there's one more I have in my stash by the same designer. And the shop out there, Needle's Nest was what it was called. Was, oh my gosh, 10 minutes from my parents' house. And they were there a couple of years that I visited Dad and Mom, and then they closed. So
Yeah, it's really pretty.
And I managed to be there when they were having a sale. It was wonderful.
That was a good day.
It was. I got home and I called Deb. I said, "You're not going to believe the bag of stuff we just picked up at Needle's Nest." And they really had quite a selection. I'm going to jump into one other thing I wanted to mention while we're talking about finishing and ornaments and things. And it's one of those not related but very related sort of points. You remember I did these little things to go on top of my little Ort tins that we were given at Salty Yarns with a little kid in it at our last retreat. And I change out the top of it. I have a summer one and a winter one so far that I just put in there. It sits next to my stitching chair out in the living room. But the other day, I bought something and it had a tag on it. And I can't remember what, it was a piece of clothing. It was my pajamas, that's what it was, that I got down at the shore a couple years ago, still had the tags on it. And when I picked up the tag, feel that.
Oh, nice.
It's like chipboard.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh my gosh, wouldn't that be a great way to mount a piece of stitching? Well, it is almost the exact size to go on top of that little tin. So what I wanted to say was just never, if you like to do your own finishing work, don't pass up the opportunity to hang on to something you see. I even like the cord. I mean, if I finished it on there, I could even use the same hanger for crying out loud. And the same is true. This comes out of a little 6-pack of mini little candy bars that you can get at the dollar store. And it's a nice weight for backing something you've already laced. You know, I wouldn't lace on it because it's a little flimsy.
Yeah, yeah.
And then this was something that was like blister packed onto the front of this cardboard and just packaged all the way around and hanging there. And that I actually used to lace on, and I'll show you what I used it for.
I save all kinds of pieces.
Yeah.
Anything.
It's amazing. So just a reminder, you know, I'm not specifically a hoarder, but I do like to hang on to stuff that I think I can use for my cardboard for sure.
Definitely.
What are you currently stitching?
Oh, I did some more work on the Hometown Holiday Series Phase 2.
With all of the light khaki
with
snow?
with the non-white. Let's see here. I don't have anything white to put back there. Maybe it'll show up okay. I finished the coffee shop. Well, almost. I want to put something in the one window. And then now moving on to the diner. So this is what I have so far. I started over here with the sweet shop. Over here. And then the bookstore. There's the diner. So I just want to put something else in this window. Just not what they had, so I'm change that up. And now I'm moving on to the diner over here. Or what did I say? Coffee shop here. So, worked on that.
That is so pretty.
Thank you.
What did you do dimensionally so far with this piece? That might be something people might not think of on their own right away. I like the way you butted up the two buildings to each other.
Oh, thank you. I forgot about that.
I really
okay, so
like
I did
that.
do that. I put these two buildings right up against each other. I changed, like I took this bench from somewhere else, I think, and stuck it here. I added the tree, the birch tree there. Changed the sign. I wanted to just stitch a little candy cane on there. Lot of back stitching, like, you know, I talk about. Changed colors. I added this tree back here. He wasn't supposed to be there.
I like that.
Thank
I like
you.
the way it's unfolding.
Thank you. Yeah, changed this tree, added the French knots around the wreath up here, put a little topiary down here, did the cake and the window a little bit differently than what it calls for. But yeah, I forgot to say that I wanted to see what the two buildings look like right up against each other, and that I did like how that turned out. It was pretty cool.
How far did you stitch on that before you decided, do you think? Like, as you started to add the second building to the bookstore, how far did you...
Right away, I knew before I finished the bookstore. I wanted to butt this one up. I wanted to see what that looked like.
So you didn't feel your way through it to decide whether you wanted to or not. You were committed to it when you started stitching.
Yeah.
Okay. I was curious because I
Yeah.
just wondered if you like did one line inside the house to see what it looked like, or if you just jumped right in.
Nope. I jump.
Jump.
No, I jump. But that was fun. And then I worked on the G Leisure 1898 sampler, the Reflex des Soies. I apologize to anyone that really does know French. Because I do not.
That would be my Google Translate. They're really good at it.
Yeah. So, yes, I have changed the colors, and I'm so happy with how this is turning out. It's a lot of fun to stitch on. And I'm doing that where I kind of spot with the coffee because I want it to look like the front of the picture. I want it to look aged in certain areas. In fact, I'm also going to try to kind of do what the picture is showing, where it's charted where you stitch the entire design and it looks kind of new-ish. But see how there's pieces, stitching missing, you know, from certain parts of the sampler, and I like that look. I think that's cool. So I'm going to go ahead and try it and see if I like it, and I'm just going to try this and leave out some of that stitching.
So they've actually charted where it's missing on the picture. Okay.
Yeah, the whole thing is charted.
So their best guess at what it would restore to. I gotcha.
Yeah. So I'm going to try to leave out some. And I did start in the border down here a little bit, and I've skipped a couple, stitches in the border, but that's why. It's because that's already missing from the picture. So I just kind of flip back and forth to the picture and go from there. But this is
really interesting how that anchor and cross next to the house, even without seeing the picture, they go well. I mean, you know what I mean? They don't look out of place or even odd.
Oh, okay.
Which, in my mind, I don't understand why not. Because you'd think there'd be more to that picture unfolding with the house. But it really looks...
There's more to the house on this side. Or the cottage or chateau. There you go. Yeah, whatever you want to call it. But the colors are so pretty. And then, like I said, I take the Q-tip and I just kind of stain it with some coffee. And finish this letter up here. Did the same thing. So that's turning out really cool. I like that a lot.
I do too.
Thank you.
You're
and
welcome.
This fabric is called Cornflower.
Ah.
But I don't know who the manufacturer is. That's all it said on there.
Who the dyer is.
Yeah. But that's what this fabric is, and it's 40 count.
Okay.
Very, very nice to work with. And I
Where
did
did you
buy
buy it?
That's what I was just going to say. Salty Yarns.
Okay.
So if you call Sarah and ask for cornflower, as long as I'm remembering that correctly, but I'm pretty sure I am.
We never found
Sarah's
the purple
gonna be
tag,
like,
did
what?
we?
No. But I think that's it. So if you say cornflower and she's like, oh yeah, I know what that is, then that's it.
Crush fingers.
Other than that, it was just the Christmassy one we already showed that I
Okay.
worked on. That was it.
Okay.
Yep.
I am working on the sampler stocking series. I don't know how many of you watched Floss Friends. So if you saw this on Floss Friends, you've already seen it. But this is by Abby Rhodes Designs. This is like part of my Merry and Bright scratching itch. And it is so pretty on here. I really like it on that fabric.
Colors are beautiful.
So that's fun. And this is quick. And I'm even doing it on the 40 count.
Yeah, it's
So
really pretty.
It's called Pearled Barley. That's the name of this color. And it's 40 count. I'm stitching it on the 40 count over 2. And those are the colors. There's a couple more colors that go with the 3 stockings, but I kept them out because they're not in this one. So I just left them with the other 2 patterns for now. Then I jumped into a PDF file I picked up in the last couple of months by Jardin Privé, and this is called, I don't know how to pronounce it, Ninon, Ninon. The French pronunciation is probably nothing like that.
Again, we're sorry.
Yes.
We need a French
But
friend.
it's just a cute little design, and I saw Sandy stitching it when we were at Elaine's, and I fell in love with it. So I'm doing it with flower thread. I'm not doing it with the DMC, but the colors are a perfect match, so the color scheme isn't going to change any. So that was neat. And then I'm going to save this for a minute because you have to see what I'm doing that's messing that up. I have pulled the truck 3 times
Oh
now.
no.
I have. I don't know why.
Aw.
These are the silks I bought, and I think I showed this on Floss Friends. Deb held them up for me, but this is for the Ebenezer's
Oh yeah.
Christmas.
Love that one.
They're Belle Soie and one Access Commodities, I think it is, a Soie d'Alger. Yeah, thread, white. And that's going to be used on Ebenezer's Christmas and also the Christmas Blessings Strawberry, I think it's called, that I'm doing. But I haven't done any more on it than just the little top hat that I showed before. And then, okay. This should have been done 2 weeks ago. I have no idea why I can't get this straight, but I have counted over on that truck and messed up that truck 3 times now. And it's all right here now. But I'm just, I don't know what it is. Anyway, it's just a little hands-on design ornament that you've seen. It's the Squareology. It's called Holiday Merry-Go-Round.
Cute.
But
Aw,
I don't
they're
know.
so cute.
They are, and I don't know why I'm having trouble with that truck. It's not, I mean, there's nothing. It's not like I can't fit it in properly. It
Right.
just, when I get to my brain, when I get done with the body of the truck, the pattern turns. So you have the body of the truck up to the door and the window, then the hood and front of the dashboard is on the next portion. Somehow when I make that next step, I do not carry it over properly and I end up with an extra row. So I'm debating. Yeah, I know. I'm off by 1. Yep. I'm off by 1 on the bumper, but I was going to ignore that. I was giving myself permission to ignore it.
No, yeah. But I was just thinking maybe that's why.
No, it's just literally this front end of this truck, I keep miscounting. And I end up with, because I'm not counting anything to do with the other trucks.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to stitch the doggone little thing. and I keep miscounting right here where I go from the back part of the pattern to the front part. I can't explain how squareology works, but you just rotate the pattern and it makes a circle. And there should be no reason for this not to count, except my mind isn't picking it up right. So I get to here. Then when I start the next one, I mess it up. Because what I can't tell from here is where do these overlap. You know what I'm saying? There's no overlap, so you don't see where this previous row is to here. And I'm always afraid that I'm up or down. Anyway, I will get through this. I will. Or I may just stitch it and hang it.
There you go. There's one more in your window.
Yep. There's actually, if you count here, I have an extra row here. Where's one?
There's one more in your window up here.
Yes, I'm too long, aren't I?
Yeah, too long this way.
Okay.
You're good back here.
Yep, right up to the...
But if you take off one of these here, then you're good. Because then you step down, so that's good. But it's just one more right there.
Width. Okay.
Yeah, so that brings your truck over this way.
And then I have
if you're
too
off
many
there,
here.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to take the front
so
section
back
out again.
Yeah, back it up to here.
Okay.
And then you should be good. Oh,
if you look at my little Orts container, it's got all these different colors, and then there's red. I should be singing Jingle Bells or something when I look at it, you know. But no, I go. Aww. Isn't that funny? You just get a little. Your brain does this little mental block and doesn't.
Yeah.
Do
well,
it
and then
right.
you're looking at a fabric that has polka dots all over
Yes.
it, and I think that kind of plays with your mind too. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
She picked up on the one place where I was one off. My truck is one stitch over too far on the turnaround, but I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that's fine.
But having one truck look twice as tall as the other three.
Just pretend this one has an extended bed.
It's a club cab.
That one has an 8-foot bed. The other ones have a 6-foot bed. So you can get a larger Christmas tree in that one.
That's right. And I'll make the tree bigger just to prove the point.
Put bigger tires on it. And just go big on that last truck. It has a lift kit, everything.
And then this little guy has just been sitting around, and I'm thinking about pulling my whips out, right? So I've been pulling things out, and I pulled this one out. This is a Heaven and Earth design. It's the cutest little dragon. It's a bookmark. They call them bookmarks. These are big bookmarks. Heaven and Earth doesn't do little bookmarks.
It's a giant book.
Yes. The bookmark is actually 75 stitches wide and 420 stitches long. So it's a broad and long bookmark.
Dang.
It's all DMC. This is the magic fabric I was talking about. It's called Magic Guide. It's 25 count, and these lines are every 25 stitches, I believe. So you can match it to your grid. But I started it initially on some Congress cloth, which I like working on, and I had drawn a grid on the Congress cloth with a soluble marker. And I'm not sure I'm going to move over to that 25 count, only because I'm not stitching it on fabric that's 25 count here, and the grid itself is every 10. So I would have to do that mental math every time I'm looking at the grid. So I think I'm going to continue on here. But it's a fun little pattern. You can actually start to see the top of the shading where that's lighter and darker there. And I haven't gotten too far into it, but isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
See that little tiny...
Yep.
It's just... I've been doing X's on this, and I think I might see what 10th stitch looks like. It'll go, obviously, twice as fast.
Yeah.
And on this Congress cloth, I think it's small enough that I would get enough coverage on it.
Yeah, I do too.
So I'm going to give that a try. But this will give you an idea of what the thread looks like. It's just like a fourth of the DMC cabinet in colors. In fact, there's probably something in there I've been hunting for.
Yeah, probably.
And I pulled it out. But anyway, that's what I'm currently playing with.
Okay.
Yeah, that truck one, I am going to have to do this week, though, because it's going to have to be done in me not to be frustrated by
Yeah.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I forgot to give you this.
Present?
Yep.
Aww. Why are you laughing?
I hope you get it. She got it.
He's my inspiration, isn't he? Yes. Aww,
It is.
cute little
Has
squirrel.
to go in his craft room somewhere. It reminded
so
me of
cool.
your squirrel
It
with the
does
little
look like
tail.
my squirrel.
Yep.
Yeah. Aw, thank you.
You're welcome.
Aw.
You have to have a little squirrel in there.
Aw,
It's so cute. It is. Oh, and then
wrap her back up. Aw.
I got us each one of these at the shop when we were shopping.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's a little zappy dot, but they packaged them with needle slides.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's really neat.
Oh, thank you.
You're
That's
welcome.
a beautiful pattern.
I haven't opened mine yet either, but I'm gonna put it on my my Christmas project.
Aw, thank you.
It says when the hands are busy, the mind is still. They haven't seen my mind. He's a flying around.
Oh, thank you. All right.
So we have something to unveil. It is our own acronym.
Oh, we forgot to put the finishing up there somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Nope, we passed it.
Yes, we did.
We did.
We
We're
did.
going to come right back to finishes in just
Okay.
a second. We're not going to go any
sure
farther.
Did, man.
We
skipped
really
right over
jumped,
that,
didn't
we?
But when we get to the next section, we'll come back to finishes first. We're coining a new acronym, and we're calling it FIPs. FIPS. And those are our finishes in progress, because oftentimes we're busy working on a unique finish, and we postpone showing it to you because it's not complete. And then I realized there are a lot of things that we're playing with that you might enjoy seeing the progress of those finishes. So we're going to look at one of them today, Deb and I. But in the meantime, let's look at our finishes.
Okay.
You want to go first?
Sure. The Scarlet House, as you remember, the red chair sampler, the little red chair sampler, I finished that. So here's the pattern again. I was at a little antique store one time, and they had a basket of things for marked down, for $1. So I was able to find this board in this shape, and I knew right away I would pick it up and use it for something for finishing. So I roughed it up, painted it black, and then took sandpaper to it to bring some of the natural wood out. But it is the absolute perfect size for the red chair sampler. So I went ahead and laced it on chipboard and stuck a piece of batting on there, and then I attached it to the board using Eileen's glue and put a real tiny piece of twine around it. I also wanted to have the date on there somewhere, and it wasn't stitched on the sampler, so what I did was I had a little piece of this fabric left as I was cutting it, when I was lacing it, and I went ahead and stitched the date on the fabric using the same threads, and then I went ahead and used, I don't know what you call these, but I have them for scrapbooking, these tags here, and you can put the little brads through it. What are these called? Like little label holders, right?
Oh,
no, that, like the
they're just
label
little
thingies.
bin
Yeah,
labels,
so I have them for scrapbooking, and I went ahead and put that on the top and went ahead and stitched the date in there. So that's my finish, and then I'll be able to hang it up from the wall. That's my finish of the
That is
little
beautiful
red
on
chair
there.
sampler. Thank you.
I
I didn't even show
love
Liz.
that. Oh my gosh.
Thanks. That turned out, that was $1 finish. Turned out well.
I love that.
Thank you.
I'm getting ready to start mine. I told you that the other day, right?
That is such a fun stitch. Oh my gosh.
I'm so excited we have another sampler that I think I can manage in my hands.
Yeah.
And that's going to be so much fun.
Yeah, yeah.
I love
and
it.
this was stitched on 46 count. And oh my gosh, it was so much fun with silks. So.
Over 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
I really like the way you use that label.
Oh, thank you. So that's my finish.
If I were you, I'd start putting my dates on all my stuff
Doing
that way.
yeah?
I really like that.
Oh, thanks.
Wouldn't that look neat through your house?
Yeah, it would. Yeah, I do. I like it a lot.
I do too.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. I've got a couple things Excuse my turning around and playing back here, but I dropped my piece on the floor.
Do you need me to get it?
I did. I just fished it with my
okay.
my picker-upper.
Okay.
Okay. One of them you've seen before, and I'll show you that one now, because there's a funny story with this. I was telling Deb, and I said I'm not going to change it before the next video, but I'll change it after. You might recall, and I had a comment, and I said, hang in there, we're going to get back to that piece that I did about the candle wrap. Someone said, where did you find that? What issue did it come from? Well, it was 2007 Just Cross Stitch Christmas Ornaments, and this is the finished piece right here. And it's done by Still Stitching with Susan. And this is the one that I finished and showed you a couple weeks ago. And now I'm going to tell you a story. I ran short of beads, and I wasn't going to be able to finish all of the tops of the 4 that I'm doing for the living room. So I thought, well, while I'm thinking about it, because Mill Hill sometimes, you know, discontinues things, all manufacturers do, I thought there is one bead I know I can't get right now, so I thought I better check and see if those 2 numbers are still available. So I went online and I ordered the beads. Well, they were selling them by grams. I don't pay attention to that. When I go to Fire Mountain Gems, it's a tube of this and a tube of that, and I don't know how many grams are in it. So I think to myself, okay, maybe I better get 3 packs of those 10-gram beads because, you know, they pulled a truck in the driveway and a couple of shovels later. Now, I have pulled beads out and put them in my bead tray already. This is what remains of the small beads that isn't packaged. And this is what remains of the larger pony beads, about 150 grams of those.
You're going to be using those for the rest of your
I
life.
know. I'm thinking of all the pillows I can trim and all
Everything
the things.
will have that on
yes,
there.
they'll all have cream-colored beads. But here's the joke on me, all right? When I pulled the beads out of my stash, pony beads are what the kids use to do those little keychains. Mm-hmm. You know, the little plastic-colored pony beads. So I pulled the cream-colored pony beads out of my Mill Hill because I knew I bought them to finish it. And I finished this. They're a little smaller than the ones that you make the little lanyard toys with. Mm-hmm. Well, when the beads arrived and I looked at them, I realized I never had the right number for the Mill Hill beads. This is the size of the pony beads. They call those pony beads, and they're a size 11, I believe, or 8. I'll have to look on the package in just one second. But anyway, a very big difference between the trim on this one and the mega trim on this one.
Yeah.
Although I thought that's pretty and it would be cute on the candle, this is much daintier. And so I'm going to redo the trim on this. It'll only take a second. But anyway, that's the beads.
Yep.
So a little accident there, but it might be beneficial to some of you. I have packaged together the number of beads it takes to do one of these candle wraps and put them in little packages that I think these should just slip in an envelope, right?
Yeah.
So if you would like to finish that ornament from the 2007 issue and you need the beads to do one.
Or any ornament.
Yes. But this specifically has the number of them that you need to do that little wrap. So I've got 10 packs of these and I'd be more than happy to send them. So if you would like to get some of these, why don't you put the comment in the comment section beads, and we'll send 10 sets of those out to 10 of you who would like to do that ornament. So
okay,
we'll share the wealth.
All right.
And then I found a frame that I wanted to use to finish this pattern. And the thread on this that I used is called Jewel of the Nile, and it's by Silken Colors. and it is all one thread. And I happen to have a frame and an easel that I decided to finish it on, so it can sit up on the hutch or the living room somewhere.
That is so pretty.
Let's see if you can get that somehow without glaring.
I think so.
So the frame I took to do this, because I liked the frame, had another piece in it. And I had put some dark brown linen on the background and then mounted a little Lizzie Kate pattern on it. So I unmounted the Lizzie Kate pattern and happened to find this little clip-on frame at the Dollar Tree when I went in.
That guy was in here?
Yeah.
Oh.
Remember he had the dark brown fabric, and I did it like they did it at Silver Needle.
Oh, okay. That's cute. I like it on
Isn't
there.
it cute?
That's cute, yeah.
So this I found, and I remounted him. Well, that took forever, right? So this will be cute come spring. I'll set him somewhere else. I really like that.
Yeah, that's cute.
And then I'll be able to keep this one out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So.
I know, it looked pretty hanging in here too.
Yes.
Very cool.
Then, out of the whip bin again, I found this from Stony Creek. It wasn't complete. It was partially stitched. It's a little teapot frame. Are you ready for this? The only thing that wasn't stitched? The filigree, the back stitch around the outside.
Oh my gosh, look how cute that is.
That's all that was left to do.
Oh, that is too cute. That'll look awesome
that
in your
adorable?
cabinet. Yeah. That is so cute.
It took me no more than 10 minutes to do that last night.
Oh my gosh.
And I couldn't believe it was still sitting in the bin.
That's adorable.
Isn't it cute? Little
That
tiny.
is so cute.
So that was fun. And then this was a class I took at the first year you and I met. This was I wanted to do silk gauze, and it was the first time I'd ever gone to a silk gauze class. So I was going to be using silk and gauze. And when I got there, we found out, no, we weren't doing this on silk gauze. This piece was going to be done on 40 count fabric. So, and I know now why, because we had to fill a background in on the silk gauze, and all of that would have had to been stitched. So this way we were just doing the pattern. Again, it's a somewhat Quaker motifs, and this is by Kathy Jordan. And
oh, look at that.
Didn't that come out cute?
Yes. Oh my gosh, I love it.
It's
has
so
the wrong
adorable.
initials on it, but I love it. That is so cool. Look at the squirrel.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
I know. The whole time I was doing it, I was thinking of you.
Oh.
So there's my little class all done.
That's all. Do you have a chain for it?
I do not yet know what I want to put on it. I'm going to have to put like a
cute.
jump ring through it. And then maybe, because I noticed here they put a jump ring through there, and then they can put it on something. So I don't know
That's adorable.
what to put it on yet.
Oh my gosh, that is so cute.
Would you wear it, or would you put it on like a scissor fob?
No, I would do like a pin.
Ah.
That's what I would do.
Hang it from like a pin bar.
Yeah.
Oh, and I have a couple pin bars.
I might also, if you don't. Yeah, but that would be awesome.
Okay.
That's
good
cool.
idea. All right, if I
That
can't
is
find
so
something.
cute.
Thank you. So I was really happy when that was done. And all I did for this, I did lace it, and that's where this piece of cardboard came in.
Oh, okay.
I took that tiny little piece of cardboard and I laced it on, and then there was a piece of felt with it, so I put the felt between the fabric, or the stitching, and the cardboard, and then laced around it, so it's got like a little bit of batting behind it.
That is so cool.
And then I took some fabric that was left over from my horn book that's in my curio cabinet, and I just put it on the back of it to finish off the back, and so it's got a finished back on it. I was really happy about that. That's been sitting in there forever.
Oh my gosh.
I wanted to get rid of that one.
Yeah.
So
awesome.
that was fun. Fun.
Awesome.
So
all right.
Little by little, the whip bin is getting reduced, which is fun. So that brings us to our FIPs. Or do we want to do Gadget Corner first?
No, let's do this, and then we'll wrap up with Gadget Corner.
All right. We're going to go to another issue of Just Cross Stitch Ornaments. It's the 2006 issue. I did, I think, 3 or 4 out of this one. And I ran across a design by Blackbird, and it's called a Quaker Medallion Strawberry. And let me just double check the title on it so when you look it up. Yep, Quaker Medallion Strawberry Pinky.
By Blackbird, you said?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So it's this one here. And it just, I loved it when I saw it because it's not particularly Christmassy. It's literally Quaker. And I thought I could put that on my tree when I hang up all my strawberries. So I stitched it up quick as a wink. It stitched up really quickly. And I used my Winter Woods by Gloriana that I really, really like. And so it has a little bit of shading through it, but nothing like hard to blend. You know, I like the colors.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, the instructions for this call for you to do the strawberry cap very differently. I'd never seen anything like it. But first, let me talk about doing the strawberry itself and cutting out the fabric. I was telling Deb about it. They had this suggestion that you take a paper plate, you draw a line at the bottom of your strawberry a 1/2 inch below the stitching on the straight side, and then you draw an arc around the 9-inch plate in order to shape your strawberry. There is nothing 9 inches in my kitchen. Nothing at all. In fact, that's my smallest plate that's paper, and it's got a 2-inch depth on it. There was no way this was going to work.
No.
So I went back and forth looking at anything round in my kitchen. Even my dinner plates, couldn't find it. And then it occurred to me that I did have a protractor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Protractor.
So I got this out and I found the right size by just looking out a 1/2 inch beyond the stitching, like they said. And once I got that size, then I just drew my arc right on my
That's so cool.
my linen, and
That's so cool.
that made it so easy.
That takes you back to elementary school.
It does, doesn't it?
I love it.
And I thought to myself, I never thought I would use this in real life, ever. I thought this just went in my backpack for math class. So I got the strawberry done, and I stuffed the bottom probably 7/8 with walnut shells. Now the walnut shells and I don't get along at the top of a strawberry. They just keep coming out, and then you're trying to fill in around the edge and make this nice and firm, and it just isn't happening. So what I did was I filled it, like I said, about 7/8 full, and then I use a piece of batting, and I just cut a square, and I folded in the corners, and I tucked it down on top of the walnuts so it kind of contained them while I drew the strawberry together. And then I cut little tiny squares of batting like this. And then I used my purple thing.
Yeah.
And I moved those little squares in all the way around this edge of the strawberry. And Deb was even commenting.
I wish you could feel how well this is done. I mean, I have never felt or seen a strawberry this perfect before. The shape is perfect. It is so nice and tight. I mean, this is absolutely awesome. This is my favorite strawberry ever.
Thank you.
I will do it from like this from now on. That was brilliant. I mean, that thing feels perfect. It's going to hold its shape forever and ever. I love it.
And the thing that
Oh my
made this a
gosh.
challenge
That
was
feels great.
they wanted you to make this cap, and this is the fun part. We're going to show you options here.
Yep.
But
That's awesome.
this is done by taking 2 pieces of fabric and gluing them over a thin piece of, I think it's 20 gauge I used, wire, and letting them dry, and then you just shape them, and then you twist them all together, and that's the center of it. And that's why I had to make a hole. You can show them the batting. I had to make a little hole in the middle with my scissors so that I could push this down in. Well, once I did, I realized I wasn't sure I was all that enamored with the gingham pattern with the strawberry. What do you think? Kind of a little bit busy.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure about it. So I thought, well, I'm going to pull out my other fabric I have and see what my beastie thinks about it. So I pulled out 4 other colors, and then I also pulled out my satin ribbon and my wool felt. So these were the other colors of fabric I had that would even remotely go with either the linen or the threads.
I'm loving that silk ribbon. That's beautiful.
By itself,
Oh
yeah.
gosh, that's beautiful.
I thought it looked pretty with it.
Yeah.
This was like one of these 2, I thought, but I liked the the green tone with it too, kind of leafy, but again, you're back to the pattern.
Yeah. Oh, this is gorgeous.
Just
I love
with
that silk.
the silk.
Yeah, that's really, really pretty.
So sort of like I did that, what was that?
I mean, I didn't mind the gingham either.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of funky.
Yeah.
You know? Kind of gives it a really cool funky look, but this is gorgeous.
It's more elegant, isn't it?
Yeah, this is really elegant. That is gorgeous ribbon.
So I'll
That silk
probably
ribbon.
then just make a nice big
That is
bow,
so pretty.
curly bow top and poke it down in the top and attach
that's
it.
really, really pretty.
And then I can take the ribbon itself out of the center and make a loop.
Yeah.
Before I attach it, I could just hold it by that.
Yeah, yeah. But again, if you want to go with a little bit more funky, you can add both those together. Or elegant.
And would you do, if you were going to use them both, you would do the silk on top or the silk underneath?
Oh, I see what you mean. I would do it on top.
On top,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I'd pull this guy out. And then put this, ruche it or do something and put it up top.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I got to decide
That is so pretty.
what look we're going for then.
And that's probably a little dark.
Yeah.
I like how delicate these colors are.
Okay. She's looking at my, I pulled out some wine felt. Wasn't sure what that would look like for leaves. But Deb was saying that's a little dark with the thread choices.
Yeah. It's so like soft. It's pretty.
So.
Gosh, that is a perfect strawberry.
Thank you.
Your seam is perfect. Beautiful.
And I do this all by hand. I don't do my seams for even on the side of the strawberry. I don't sew it on a machine because I can't work at a machine very well anymore. So I just sit in my chair and do it.
So did you whip stitch that or?
No, I actually mimic a machine when I do my hand stitching.
Oh, okay.
So I go through and I come back up and then I come back again so that each stitch is right next to each other the whole way down.
because I was going to say, that's awesome.
I've found that if I do a slip stitch or any kind of a whip stitch on my seams for strawberries and then I'm packing them, it lets loose and then you don't have it nice and tight. So
yeah, that's
why
gorgeous.
I use it the other way. Thank you.
Yeah.
So this FIP will be finished on our next video and we'll show you the results of that. And I think I'm inclined to do the satin ribbon.
Okay.
I kind of like that look. So,
but this is I'm glad you did that though because that's a really cool idea.
Isn't it neat?
Yeah, it's a neat finishing
I
idea.
really like it. And
yeah.
And whether it's a strawberry, I mean, I can think of all kinds of ways that you could make something useful using that technique.
Yeah.
So I really like that too.
Yeah, very cool.
And it even occurred to me too with the metal caps that we have from our other strawberries that we bought from Caroline.
Yes.
Or from Faye at
Faye,
Caroline Stitcher. That it might be cute. But then I looked at the strawberry size and I thought, no, I don't think I'd like the size of the cap on that one. I think it needs to be a little bit bigger. So
beautiful.
Thank you. All right.
All right, Gadget Corner.
Gadget Corner. This is born out of my silk gauze stitching. I like to have my needles loaded and then I just keep on going because it's a really quick, fun 10 stitch. And I saw this on a shop called Connecting Threads, and it's by Clover, and it is a threaded needle holder case, and the top dome rotates and lifts off, and then you set it right down in the dome just to hold it. The top of it has, I believe it's 10 spots for needles, and I have, I think, 7 threaded and in there right now, and it is so easy to use. I'm gonna load another needle in there and show you.
Do you need me to hold that while you do that, or
you got it?
is that?
So I've got a threaded needle here, and this is about the same size as all of them. And if you'll tip it 1 second, okay, I'm just going to slide the needle in the next open spot. So you'll see the thread hanging down here, and that's where my next needle is. So all you do is you gently hold the thread. Let me just rotate the thread over here. There's a little groove to slide your thread down in so it keeps it where it's supposed to be. And you just slide it through that little groove, and then all you do is spin the top until that thread completely winds in.
That's cool.
And now I've just added another threaded needle to that, and it's done.
That's cool.
Isn't that sweet? So what I did...
And then to get it out, you
literally just take your needle and the thread, and you gently back it out, and it pulls right out of the spindle.
Sweet.
And it doesn't dislodge the other ones. Don't ask me, because I don't want to know the magic behind it. But it does not bring the other threads out at all. Only the one that you just threaded and put in.
That's cool.
Isn't that slick?
Yeah.
I love it. And so, and it's such a nice, convenient size. The cover is what makes it priceless for me.
I know, because you can just throw it then into your bag or
right
anything.
into my
you don't have to worry
project
about anything
bag.
getting messed up.
Nope.
Yeah.
I was so happy when I found this.
That's cool.
So it's by Clover, and I will put the information for it in the Dropbox so you can see it in our description box. But
very cool. Love it.
yes, so we hope that you
Awesome.
might find some fun in that. And I do have other thread loaded needle methods that I use. This is by far the neatest, most compact that I found so far.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was excited by
Sweet.
that.
All right. Well, this was a very long video. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yes, and
We just have so much to talk about.
before we say sayonara, I want to add one more thing, and that is that people have asked us how they locate the setting for public subscriber. And I'm not sure, other than to show you how else I can help. So I'm going to use my iPad, and remember that if you have an Android tablet or a phone or you're on TV, things are different. So when you're on YouTube, and all I did was call up YouTube. So my account's open and I'm on YouTube. I'm signed in. I go up to the upper right corner and you'll see your little thumbnail right up in that corner. You push on your own channel account thumbnail. So now I'm going to push on that, and it brings up another window, and it says your information and then options of what to do. The option that you're going to choose is just to hit your thumbnail a second time. So all I did was push the circle again. I ignored the menu, and up came my channel. Now you'll see over here on the far corner is a little symbol, and it's a little wheel. That's usually your settings icon. So all I do is open up that settings icon. So I push it and look at the question that comes up there. It says, keep all my subscriptions private, keep all my saved playlists private. That's the default. So what you have to do then is change that to not be turned on. Whoops, I'm sorry, I hit the wrong button. So you need to turn those two settings off, and all you do is push on them and they change from blue to gray. And now your subscriptions and playlists will be public if you select both of them. You can keep your playlists private, you can keep your subscriptions private, but if you want to participate in a subscriber tribute or a subscriber giveaway, we need to be able to verify you're a subscriber. If this is not changed from private to public, you won't show up on our subscription list. You'll show up as a subscriber number, but not as an active subscriber. So that's how you get there. I hope that's helpful.
Yeah, thanks, Liz.
Yep.
Nice.
Did you find it?
Good job.
So
Okey-dokey.
we're going to be stitching Christmas.
Yeah.
We hope you'll have some fun stitching on your pieces this next couple of weeks.
Yep, we hope you're all doing well and enjoying the summer.
Yes.
Whether it's hot or cold where you live.
And as always,
Share the joy of needlework. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.